Hello everybody, Joe here. Welcome to the channel. So today's video, we've got 4 sets. We're going to do 20 groundwork, 20 4-count leg raises, 20 Supermans, and 20 bridge pose twists. For the Supermans, 2 sets are going to be legs together and 2 sets will be legs apart. So we'll start with the groundwork. That'd be 2, 3, 4. So again, we're going to do 20 of these. This groundwork, what I call it, I don't know if there's a technical name for it, but I do this fairly often, and it doesn't look like an overly complex or overly hard kind of workout. However, do this for 20. Usually I will do 20 per side, and if you do 20 per side for something like this, it is exceptionally hard, especially if you're supplementing it with burpees and all the rest. So next is going to be the 24 count leg raises. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 1. So again, 20 of those. So these are made common. A lot of Navy SEALs, I think this is kind of one of their staples. I usually leave my hands above me. So I don't put my legs under my butt. I know if you see a lot of the, like on buds and stuff like that through the Navy SEAL training, flutter kicks, they literally do thousands of these. David Goggins done thousands of these, and because he didn't stretch much, it ended up leading to I believe some back, hip, and some neck issues. So doing a lot of these, definitely make sure you stretch afterwards. So I stretch before a little bit, and I stretch always after my workouts as well. So the next one we're going to get into is Supermans. I know these look a little silly sometimes. People don't really want to lay on the ground, but this exercise is it is an absolutely important exercise. It is staple in a lot of my routines. Yeah, I can't stress how good this workout is for this exercise is for you. If you find it too difficult, having your legs, your feet off the ground, just put them back on the ground. But lifting your legs off the ground the whole time it's an exceptional workout. It's great for your low back. It helps to get rid of all your low back pain. Stabilize your core and all that stuff. The more you squeeze your legs together, the harder it will be as well. The first 2 sets we're going to do with the legs together like this, and the last 2 sets we'll do the legs apart. When you do the legs apart, you'll feel it more in the glutes, and it's slightly easier. So this one is a bridge pose. So it's a bridge pose twist. I do these. They don't look that difficult. However, do 20 of these, and especially when you're supplementing them with in the middle of a workout like this, they do become difficult because you're lifting yourself up by your rear delts, your glutes, your hamstrings. I was surprised the next day that my glutes and low back and that were actually a little tight. And it was definitely from this and the Supermans. So doing them back to back is pretty difficult. But these, a lot of people kind of leave out mobility in the routine. If you're doing a lot of burpees, you're doing a lot of deadlifts, bench press, your typical bro style workouts. People tend to neglect the stretching kind of animalistic type movements, the mobility movements. So I make sure, like even the groundwork has a bit of mobility in it. Doing one thing all the time, I don't think is that great for anybody. So as you can see with this, there's a little bit of, you're bringing in your core. This exercise right here is probably one of the better exercises you can do if you're doing any exercises at all besides an actual burpee. Because this groundwork works the sides, works your obliques, works your chest, your shoulders, your legs. You will also feel this a lot in your quads and your thighs. You do enough of these and oh my God, they will be on fire. So, but with the bridge pose, I put the bridge pose at the end of the set, specifically because it's not an overly hard one. So it's a little bit of a break. However, because people neglect mobility all the time, I tend to throw in one mobility in some of my workouts, not all of my workouts, but if I'm doing, 3 or 4 20-minute workouts, like I did yesterday, for instance, one of them will have some sort of mobility movement in it. And you'll be surprised that with these twisting of while in the bridge, you do that 20 reps and you do that multiple times, your back feels really good at the end of the workout. So instead of just being like, oh, my back's sore, it's stiff, I feel like I got a great workout, you're still going to feel like you got a great workout. However, you're going to be like, oh, wow, I'm so much more mobile. My back seems more flexible. So definitely make sure you put those in it. So now we're back into the Supermans. So again, arms and elbows down to a 90 degree, and then back to touch your sides of your legs. The higher you lift your rear legs, the harder this is for sure. And again, if you want to take a break, put your feet down or whatever for 5 seconds or so. Or if you aren't quite at this level, you can always leave your legs down the entire time. It'll make it significantly easier. But I urge you to try and keep your legs up as long as you can. I've done this workout with friends of mine that don't really do functional type workouts, and they see me doing these weird things, and they're like, man, what on earth are you doing now? And so I said, oh, no, they're hard. It's a hard thing. And they're like, man, that does not look hard at all. But yeah, and then they do it, and they're like, Jesus, that's very deceiving. So yeah, it is very deceiving. The Supermans and these, very deceiving. So, but as you can see, I encourage people to put this movement into some of their routines. When I do this on my own, instead of doing it, quicker, like I'm kind of doing it quicker right now, 1, and then switching over to the other side, 2, I might go and I'll go on one side and I'll just kind of let myself hang for 3 or 4 or 5 seconds, maybe even up to 10 seconds, and then go to the right and use this as a lot more of the mobile, a lot more of the spinal stretch itself. So, there is 2 sets down, 2 sets to go. Back to the groundwork. So believe it or not, it's only about maybe 3 or 4 degrees in my garage right now, maybe 5 degrees maximum, Celsius that is. And yeah, I don't have my shirt on. So this was actually my second workout of the day. I do one more after this. But these kind of workouts, they do build up a lot of sweat. They raise your body heat quite extensively. So I probably didn't really need my headband on this one, but wore it anyways. At this point in this temperature, if anything, it's helping to keep me warm a little bit. Wearing a little toque. Yeah, so we got back to the leg raises for 20, 24 counts. I do a lot of these. I think leg raises are great. And again, I always have my hands in front of me. I never put them below my butt. I know people put them below their butt all the time, and that's, if you want to do that, that's fine. But by having your hands in front of you and pushing your head off the ground, your shoulders off the ground, that pushes your low back into the ground, and it's very good. It supports your low back. It's also a little bit harder. You're working your neck and your abs a little bit more instead of just putting your hands below your butt. It makes it a heck of a lot easier. And also, if you have back problems, having your pushing your shoulders and your head up eliminates any sort of sciatic pain that you're going to have while doing that. So this time, as you can see for the Supermans, the legs are apart. You'll feel this not as much in the low back. When your legs are together, much more difficult on the low back. When your legs are apart like this, you'll feel this in the glutes. You'll feel this in the sides of the glutes, the whole glutes itself. Great workout. So if you're going to do one, why not try others? Maybe do half of your workouts with legs together and half of them with the legs apart. Glutes are definitely important to work. I work my glutes. I work actual full workouts where it's just 20 minutes and I just work on my glutes. So, hip thrusts with a bar, something like this. I strap weights to my ankles, probably around maybe 8 pounds or so. I strap to maybe up to 10 pounds. I strap on each ankle, and then I'll do, reverse kicks and fire hydrant type exercises. I feel like, especially with men they don't really work just their glutes for whatever reason. They see it as more of, sometimes women tend to do that a lot more often, which is why that you see a lot of guys with low back problems. So your glutes support your entire body, right? And if you don't work your glutes, you end up, other muscles end up kind of overexerting themselves because they're not supported by the glutes. So you work on your glutes, you grow your glutes, you make them a lot stronger, and you'll find that with time, you'll actually have less problems, less back problems. Again, years ago, I had severe problems. I could barely walk downstairs without tremendous amounts of pain, holding the railings. I looked like it was 95 going downstairs. But a lot of life changes, change that. And exercises like that one, huge help for the low back. So any sort of sciatic problems, slip discs and all that, that is a fantastic for that. So last set through, back to the groundwork. So this exercise, fantastic exercise. Sometimes I'll do EMOMs, and I'll do 1 minute of just this, followed by 1 minute of mountain climbers. If you're doing that, and then 1 minute of a high or low plank, 1 minute of burpee, one pump burpee or something, and your front core, your delts, your chest, and everything is just gonna be right. It's gonna feel like you extinguished everything. So. Yeah, back to the leg raises. Last time through for the leg raises. I realize that these black shorts and my black gloves make me look even whiter than I normally am. Unfortunately, it is the winter time now, so yeah, I get pretty pasty. But next time, maybe I'll wear some lighter shorts, so I don't look. So I look like I got somewhat of a tan, or I'm not as white. Yeah, doing the 24 counts at first. The first couple sets is not really that hard, but when you do that repeatedly over a course of 15, 20 minutes, or even an hour or so, those leg raises get to be pretty hard. So last time through for the Supermans, again, legs are apart this time. And I encourage you to do both, do them together, do them apart. You'll see the big difference, and you'll notice, and when you're holding your legs up like this, don't let your hamstrings and that dominate the pulling them up. Really clench your glutes and use your glute muscles to pull your feet off the ground. If you've ever gone to a physio, a lot of physiotherapists will tell you this. Your glutes aren't firing properly, so always ensure you're clenching your glutes to make sure that they are the ones that are lifting the legs in that exercise specifically. All right, last time through for the bridge pose. Again, fantastic. Try and push your hips up parallel to the ground. If you can push them up even higher, good for you. This does require some sort of level of flexibility. If you can't rotate this far, don't. If you can only, get your hand over kind of parallel to the floor, that's fine. You don't have to get it so it's pointing back down towards the floor. If I do this slow enough, I can usually pretty close to just touch my hand on the ground when I'm swinging them over like that. But we're getting up to the time, pretty much just about there. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to comment down below, subscribe, all that good stuff. And if you want to see me do one of your workouts, leave it in the comments below and I will do that in the future. Have yourself a great day, and bye for now.